Hey everyone, welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are rebuilding the hospital that came with the Sims 4 Get to Work. My previous build was the police station called SimCity Police Station. So this is what the original hospital looks like, just in case you don't remember. I wanted to make the layout a bit easier to navigate, things kind of centrally placed, and I actually got pretty far along in renovating and trying to figure out a good floor plan, and then I still didn't like it, so I end up just basically bulldozing the entire place and just starting fresh, still keeping the original equipment, but I just wasn't happy with the layout. Basically, it just wasn't working, and I didn't like the looks of it, because the lobby was still the same, and it was just a strange build. But so you'll see me actually do both kind of versions. I'm kind of playing with the different layouts here, but trying to get something together that makes sense. But the end result is actually a really nice hospital. The hallways are basically an H shape, and then you have the patient rooms in the center, and then each side, left and right, are wings, and they have your labs, your x-rays, your baby delivery, all the other things that the doctors need, and all the same objects that the original hospital actually included. So, and the employee area is much more improved. They had a really big room before with 2 dining tables in it and stuff. It was very strange. Not bad, but by any means, it's a smaller break room tucked over in the corner in the final build. And it's actually 2 floors, so which is pretty cool. But there's a restroom in it, actually the only restroom in the hospital. And then I realized that's probably a mistake though, because if your Sims are on the other end of the hospital, I really should have put another restroom back there now that I think about it, but that's okay. Not a huge deal, I guess, since you'll mostly be playing, and everything is so central. It's very quick to walk around and navigate. My Sim had no issues getting around and getting to the different things when playtesting after it was built. So even if your Sims do need the bathroom, it's not super far to go, really, because if they're working on patients, all the patients' rooms are in the center. So the break room is basically close by off to one corner. But yeah, this is where I basically was this layout is just not working. So I start with 2 big boxes, and these little areas in between become the patient rooms. That larger box on the one side, so the one becomes the lobby area, which is a double floor lobby area, and then the other side is where the break room is, and that's where the bathroom would be, a little kitchenette, a table, and then the second floor of the break room actually becomes a lounge with a TV, a couch. So yeah, we're kind of just grabbing the different room shapes. In the center is open air to bring light into the patient rooms. And I put some trees in there as well, just to kind of make it seem like a little courtyard, but it's not accessible by any means. There's also no back entrance to the hospital or any other entrance except for the one, because I find that Sims don't really use them. They tend to just gravitate towards the one entrance anyway, so I really didn't think there was a point in including more than one entrance in the hospital, at least in this particular build. Police station, I think I could probably say the same when I did the police station. I did keep the back entrance, but again, Sims never really went out that way. So I think it was more just for how the building looks overall and not really a functional aspect. Originally on these 2 areas, I did put in glass skylights, but I do take them out because I just feel with all the windows and everything that's around, they weren't really needed. In the center, we used some half walls. I had to increase the height a little bit more to get that sign centered, and that'll be the lit up hospital sign. Originally I put in these windows, which were part of the original hospital, but then I found these other windows that I used on the police station, and I thought these would work better and give it a totally different look. Basically state of the art. It actually, in the end, I think it looks really nice, because you can see out of the windows, but you can't see in. Same the other ones, but I feel these ones look nicer and give the overall build just, I don't know, something different about it. I put windows on all sides of the cubes except for the back area. And I was kind of messing with the staircase, trying to find the best placement. But then in the end, I decided just to keep the staircase straight going up into the loft because that gave us the most floor space in the break room to be able to include a table, since I'm going to include a bathroom in there as well. So yeah, it's a pretty neat layout, I think. There's many more chemical analyzer machines, because I feel like those are always used, and there are computers in pretty much every single room in the hospital. Any room that has a baby delivery machine or an x-ray machine, or the treadmill testing equipment, or the patient rooms, they all have computers in them. So it's super easy to treat Sims without having to go hunt down a computer. In the center of each wing, there's a smaller room that you can kind of see that has chemical analyzers. And then off the one side, I do cabinets and 2 additional computers. So they're kind of like labs, I guess. So I think this was probably the best layout. Everything just kind of flows very nicely. Sims had no issues getting around. Even the other Sims that also work in the hospital had no issues getting around at all. So I think I did well on my second round through building. But anyway, in some other news, I see The Sims has announced a new expansion pack coming out on July 20th, 2023, Horse Ranch. I watched the trailer. I don't know about you, but I'm curious to see what you think, what your thoughts are. Are you excited for the pack? Please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll tell you my thoughts right now. I actually really like the pack. I don't know about the horses aspect, but they seem to be much improved over The Sims 3. I didn't notice any spinning horses, for example. So that's already a big improvement. The animations look really nice, really different. They seem a bit more real and natural. I have to say my biggest things, though, I love the other animals, like the sheep and the goats. I think those are nice additions to the game because we already have like chickens and cows. So now you can pretty much have a full-fledged farm. The world looks very pretty as well. And some of the builds that I've seen in the trailer, I actually really like. And I noticed some new objects, like some new windows, doors, lights, wallpapers, just from what was shown in the trailer. So pretty exciting. There is a Sims Summit on June 27th, I believe, at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Where they're going behind the Sims and kind of giving you updates, I'm assuming, about the next expansion. Maybe we'll get a little glimpse at Project Renee / The Sims 5. I would love an update on that. I think we're well due for an update. It's been quite a while, and I'd love to see what they're working on for the next iteration of The Sims, kind of the direction they're heading, any new tools, any updates to share. I think that would be great. Not just about the expansion or upcoming stuff packs or game packs or whatever. I think it would be nice to have a little bit of focus on what they're working on as well, not just, for The Sims 4, but for the future. So, but yeah, I really do like the looks of the Horse Ranch expansion pack. So far, what was shown looks really nice. I don't really know what else there is. I feel like there's going to be like some other hidden feature or like career. It does unfortunately look like the horse like training aerobics area. Sorry, I'm not very familiar with like horses, but like, where they have the rails where they can jump over and stuff. That looks to be like a rabbit hole, which kind of sucks, but I guess that's kind of expected because it's a pretty big building. And I don't think Sims would really fill that. But I thought it would be cool to, like, if they didn't make it a rabbit hole, it could have been a giant building and it would have just kind of made it look like an area to watch, like, the horses do their runs and stuff. And they could have had the obstacles inside the building as well as outside. Just a thought. It's kind of how I would have done it. Kind of give you the option to do indoor and outdoor trainings for the horses. But other than that, yeah, it looks great. I will probably pick it up when it comes out. I may do a giveaway, probably on Twitter again, because that seems to be the easiest. But when I do a giveaway, I will mention in a video And I'm not sure how many copies I'll give away or anything like that yet, but I am just thinking about doing a giveaway. It's not actually like confirmed or going to happen yet, but I would love to, but we'll kind of see how it goes, and I guess kind of see what people think overall too. So far, everybody seems a bit happy about it. Some people not, but that's just gonna happen anyway. You can't keep everybody happy. So, but it's pretty nice. I have to say, with the horses, I find it interesting that, like, I mean, this is expected, and I think it would probably look a little silly if the horse's tail didn't move, like the hair. But like the hair on the actual like horse's like neck and back doesn't actually like move, which is kind of like they could make the tail move a little bit and bob with the horse, but they couldn't do like the hair on the neck to kind of give it just a little bit more realism, maybe. But the sheep, especially the baby sheep, apparently you can also have fowls or baby horses. So that's pretty cool too. So you can actually have miniature versions of the animals, at least until they grow up. But I still think that's really cool. And the goats, I think those are just, the sheep and the goats seem just so funny. Seems like they'll be fun to play with and play around with. But yeah, really looking forward to it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about the new expansion pack. And if you haven't checked out the trailer, you can on the Sims official YouTube channel. The trailer's there in all its glory, and you can kind of see what the new expansion pack is going to be and what is coming on July 20th, 2023, which actually is under 30 days away. So it's not quite a month, but pretty neat stuff. So anyway, back to the build. So as you can see, the wings or any kind of lab area, I styled in a black wallpaper, like the black paneling. I thought about doing white, but the white just made everything seem so like bright. And I thought having black would kind of help the player determine like, okay, the black areas are like labs and testing areas, and then the patient rooms are in the center. So, and there's 6 patient rooms or 6 beds, which is nice. And each patient has their own bed, because before they were shared and they had like a divider down the center of the room. And I just thought for privacy's sake, it's much nicer to have individual like rooms. Gives it a little bit more realism. The only thing I didn't put in here was like baby bassinet nursery area, just because like Sims can have babies at home as well. And with the new babies, you don't really need the bassinets anymore, since they've kind of updated the baby toddler, Sims. So they're a lot different, and they don't need to be tied to a bassinet. So I thought about doing a nursery, but I was like, no, let's not do a nursery. Didn't really have like an area for it anyway. But then I thought, yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know that we would need to, because you don't need to have babies tied to bassinets anymore, which is wonderful. But, just for the realism's sake, I probably would have added it. But again, I didn't have room, and I didn't want to like muddy up the layout anymore. I think if I would have put a nursery in, it probably would have been in the center like area there in between the patient rooms and then the other hallway. But then you kind of lose the natural light in the patient's rooms, which I kind of wanted, because on the front side, the patient's rooms have windows, and I just wanted to keep that nice natural light. But yeah, basically each wing or side of the hospital has the same items in each room. So all the lab areas, I guess, are basically replicas of each side. So yeah, just kind of finishing up the landscaping here. I do some landscaping off camera, so we don't get to see it all, but you will get to see the finished product. But I did pull out some trees from the debug, and to kind of match and tie in with the surrounding neighborhood here in Willow Creek. But yeah, I do hope you're enjoying the speed build. I did end up calling it SimCity Hospital to kind of go with the SimCity Police Station. Rather than something like Llama Hospital or something like that. I just thought I would mix it up. I think I've done one before called Llama Memorial Hospital, so I thought I would do something different and call it SimCity Hospital. As far as packs, this hospital only requires the Sims 4 base game and the Sims 4 Get to Work. No other expansions, no other stuff packs, nothing else. So anybody should be able to play it as long as you have The Sims 4 and The Sims 4 Get to Work, which is great. And that was my goal. I just wanted to keep it simple. Didn't need anything extra, just so you can play the doctor career as it was designed, but in a nice modern building. And if you need instructions on how to place it, basically you have to start the doctor career and then you have to type in the cheat code bb.enable free build. And that will allow you to go into build mode. Then you can grab the hospital from the gallery and replace the lot with this one. So yeah, as you can see, the screenshots, hallways are beige, bright, wide open. My sim is treating some patients. We have a sim doing some analyzing, and it definitely works. You saw patients standing in the waiting room waiting to be treated. Everything as far as I tested was functional. The only thing I couldn't test was the baby delivery because nobody came in for a baby, but I'm sure it works. There's no reason why it wouldn't work. I mean, everything was the same from the original hospital, just moved into a different position. So there should be no reason as to why it doesn't work. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this speed build. You can find it on the Sims 4 gallery. My EA ID is just TheSimified. We're kind of winding down here on the screenshots. This is the break room, an area to sit, much nicer than the other one. The other one was just so big, and I included a microwave and a coffee pot for quick meals, as well as the vending machine tucked under the stairs. But anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. I do hope you enjoyed, and that's all I had for this time, so I will see you in the next video.